Tired of feeling stuck? Do you ever feel like if you could just get a fresh start, a new job, a new city, a new relationship, everything would finally fall into place? So many of us believe the problem is our situation. We think if we could just escape, we could reinvent ourselves. But what if I told you that you could change your environment 100 times and still end up feeling exactly the same? The real truth is much deeper. You don't need a new life. You need a new identity. This is for anyone who's tried all the plans, all the routines, all the New Year's resolutions, only to find themselves slipping back into the same old patterns. It's for the person who keeps asking, why do I always end up back here? Here's the secret. Your life isn't built by what you want. It's built by who you believe you are. Think about it. Every single action you take flows directly from your identity. If you see yourself as someone who quits when things get tough, you'll subconsciously look for an exit ramp the moment a challenge appears. If you believe you're just unlucky, you'll interpret every setback as proof that the world is against you. If your story is, I'm just not a disciplined person, your behavior will always align with that narrative, even if you hate it. This is why just trying to change your habits rarely sticks. You can use willpower and motivation for a while, but eventually you'll revert to the person you truly believe you are. In the long run, identity always wins. Pay attention to the words you use to describe yourself. Oh, I'm not that kind of person. I've always been this way. This is just who I am. These statements aren't just observations. They are decisions. They are sentences that lock you into a box, and your mind will work tirelessly to protect that identity, even when it's holding you back. So, how do you break free? You don't need a new life. You need to decide who you are becoming. This powerful shift doesn't happen with some massive overnight transformation. It starts with small, deliberate actions that prove your old story wrong. It's one disciplined choice when you feel like giving in. It's setting one uncomfortable but necessary boundary. It's taking one small step forward when fear is telling you to stay put. Each of these actions sends a tiny signal to your brain, a little piece of evidence that says, hey, this is who I am now. And over time, with enough evidence, that new message becomes your new truth. Here's the most important part. The strongest identities are built, not discovered. You don't wait until you feel confident to start acting with confidence. You take the action and the feeling of confidence follows. You don't wait to feel disciplined to show up every day. You show up, and through that action, discipline becomes a core part of who you are. Identity is forged in the fire of action. There's a turning point in this journey where you realize that your past doesn't define you, your patterns do. And the beautiful thing about patterns is that they can be broken and rebuilt. The version of you that struggled, that failed, or that gave up, that was a real part of your journey, but it was just a chapter, not the entire book. Your story is still being written. This is where everything changes. You stop asking, how do I fix my life? And you start asking a much more powerful question. Who do I need to become? This question will change everything: how you spend your time, how you respond to challenges, how you treat yourself when you stumble. A new identity isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about choosing to align with your highest self. It's about becoming someone who keeps the promises they make to themselves. Someone who chooses growth over comfort and who sees failure not as an endpoint, but as valuable feedback on the path to evolution. When your identity shifts, your life has no choice but to follow. Opportunities start to look different. Challenges feel more like stepping stones than roadblocks. The world around you begins to transform, not because it changed, but because you did. So stop trying to escape your life. Stop waiting for the perfect moment for a reset. You don't need to become a brand new person overnight. You just need to stop being loyal to an old identity that no longer serves you. Choose one small action today that aligns with the person you want to become. Because you don't need a new life. You need a new identity. And once that begins to shift, everything else will change with it. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more. See you next time.